Welcome to the video for behavior 13, which is practice blameless problem solving. When I looked at the definition that we put together for this behavior, to me it kind of jumped out as really having two parts. The first being problem solving itself, and the second being blameless problem solving. In thinking about problem solving, to me it is a part of really any business and most people's jobs within a business, particularly a growing business or a evolving business such as ours. I like to think of problems as challenges, and I think that again, any business, but especially a business like ours where we are in a period where we are growing and reorganizing. Every day we are finding challenges relating to our processes, our operations, how we manage clients, how we manage candidates, and all of those which may appear to be problems, I think we can really look at as opportunities or challenges to develop our business and to develop the processes within our business. The people side of any business is the one thing that I think technology can't yet touch, or not fully touch. After just being at an e-discovery conference, I see that technology can go pretty far, but technology can't solve all challenges or solve all problems. And I think that that is really the human element of any business, is the ability to, on a day-to-day basis, accept challenges, try to look at them in a positive rather than a negative light, and try to figure out and bring in some of the other behaviors that we've already talked about, communication, active listening, to bring about solutions to problems. When doing some research for this video, there are a number of articles obviously on problem solving and blameless problem solving. 3 points that I think are universally mentioned in many of the articles relating to problem solving would appear to be common sense, but probably worth stating or restating. And when a problem or a challenge arises, many feel that some of the best ways to deal about it are number one, first focus on what is the best way to solve the problem, what is the best solution for the problem. The second and the third piece are really important for a business that is growing and wants to continue to grow and continue to grow culturally, and that is, what did we learn from the challenge or the problem, and then what will we do different next time? So the 3 prongs of how do we solve the problem, what will we learn from it, and what will we do different are things that I think from what I've read and from my experience, successful businesses do when tackling problems. So bringing in the second part, which is the blameless part of problem solving. And that really entails that when a challenge or a problem arises, really resisting the urge to assign fault or assign blame to the challenge or the problem. Typically, or often, that will lead to the party that is being blamed or being pointed out as being at fault to becoming very defensive or defensive. That typically does not lead to people's energy being focused on the solution. It rather leads to the energy on trying to deflect blame. So to the extent that we can, and we should really, again, taking all the behaviors that we're working on in total, work on when there is a problem, when there is a challenge that we have to address, which will happen every day, probably several times a day. Resist the urge to to point a finger and say the problem arose because of this or this person, and really try to focus on the three things of how to solve the problem, what did we learn from the problem, and what can we do better next time. So thanks for listening.